Shut up.
You can't
It's
see
not
the
funny.
cursor. And that's fine because my screen is really like dim.
Yeah.
So I shout out to Megan Thee Stallion.
How is she? 97?
I think she might be 97. Google it quickly.
Ew.
She's
not
either
ew, but like it's weird. I thought she was
she's
older than us.
either no, she's either our age or she's younger.
Megan. Oh, she's such a beauty. She is 95.
Oh, I lied. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. She's born in Texas.
But Houston, Texas?
No, Bexar County, Texas.
No, I know because Beyonce, every song Beyonce's in Houston is mentioned somehow.
Oh.
She'll find a way to mention Texas.
Somehow, tell me there was a garage somewhere.
She'll find a way to mention Texas somehow in her songs. So,
Little Nas X. Okay, sorry.
then
He has this new music video. Did you see it?
oh, I saw about it. I haven't watched it.
Oh, please do. Okay. Anyway, yes.
Not you sitting like a newsreader.
I mean,
you
come
sit like
there.
you sit like a journalist that's trying to get the scoop. Like relax. So shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. If you're trying to do a song with me, you're not. I know you don't even know I exist. So, but you know, one day
this might be the one she listens to.
One day. But you know, I got the bars, so whatever.
Oh,
first of all, welcome to the podcast. This
Hi.
is Conversations Without Context. Subscribe, like it, share it with your friends. Indulge us for the next few minutes of your life.
Play it
please.
with your dog. I think your dog might like this. Yeah.
You know, I want to talk about the strange phenomenon that I'm noticing. Well, let me not act like I noticed it now. I've been noticing for years.
Yeah.
A decade over. What is up with creatives and like having mental issues? And I mean that in a very deep sense. I'm not trying to be facetious. Because I realized as soon as it came out of my mouth, it sounded weird.
Yeah. I don't know. Because we're both in the same boat. Oh, okay.
Don't expose me so quickly.
Well,
I can make that joke because I'm also in there. See, that's why that term works. Is fine for me. No, because I've noticed that, like, generally speaking, I mean, it doesn't always have to be like intense things.
Yeah.
But is it because I also hesitate to say that because is it just not that we just express it more because of the nature of art is to express.
True.
And so it allows us to show those sorts of things, whereas other industries, if you're like an engineer, no one really cares that you're having a breakdown.
You're not gonna show them like a chip of a building or something.
Like no one cares if you're a civil engineer. Like it's not part of your. I don't say
to emote is not part of your
description.
Description.
You know what I'm saying? No, that's like for us. It's like it's the inspiration behind it, and it shows, and it's literally forms part of our work. So it's more exposed in that sense. So I don't know if I don't know if I completely believe in the whole thing of it just being
creatives or creative people or artists, let's say.
And when I say just, I mean obviously people from other industries and stuff. Everyone goes through it.
Yeah.
But there was a specific type of prevalence
with mental illness and creativity.
Yeah, it's a very haunted spirit type thing. Like we're very much like we're just not okay.
Yeah.
You know?
In general. I think maybe it's another way of mortalizing our thoughts and feelings. So having like maybe a physical painting or like something that you can hear and remember from that time. So you have kind of like memories that are recorded or painted out or.
But then again, I mean, this sounds completely messed up me saying it because I write about these things. But
yeah,
why would we want to memorialize these things? Because isn't that like a bad thing?
Maybe it could be then not necessarily
It's fine. Skip over it. Skip over it.
But maybe as like, I don't want to say journaling, but as a way to get it out.
Yeah. No, I think that's the main thing is just our the job is to be in touch with yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you make the type of music that is, the escapism form, or you do a type of art that is. I mean, even if you do abstract art, I mean, it's really still.
Even escapism could be just escaping from your own.
No, but I mean, it doesn't show. Like if you. If you're like you listen to the all I want for the birthday is a baby, like it doesn't show on its face.
On face value, but you could be like, truly he's trying to avoid his problems with sex. He has a sex addiction or something like that. I'm not saying that's true. Okay, but
no, but no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
But it's just a weird thing. Do you think it's true?
I think I find it very common, especially with the artists that I'm in contact with, or that not regularly talk to, but that I usually talk to about art and depression. They seem to know what I'm talking about. They seem to generally have the same feelings or ideas, or have gone through the same phase. Some of which have had to go to institutions like hospitals and clinics to be inpatients and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just such a. It doesn't make me feel comfortable to like. How do I say this? Sort of put on people if you're in this industry, whatever form you're in it, that you're sort of doomed in that regard.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of ominous. It's not very encouraging.
It isn't.
It's like you enter here happy hopes and dreams, and once you start to take it seriously, it's gonna eat you alive. And the thing is, I'm not even in the industry like that, really, at all. I just do it from the comfort of my home. So I don't really have the shenanigans to deal with besides my own shenanigans.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, I don't know, like, but the sad part about it is that oftentimes it's fantastic inspiration. And so the cycle is that you're in this dark space, so in order to get out of it, you create. But your creations are amazing. But in order to keep creating amazing, you have to stay in this dark space so that you stay inspired.
But that's the thought. I think also people really enjoy darkness. They really enjoy...
When you say people, are you talking about the consumer?
Yes.
Okay.
I think also there's this whole thing of people really being drawn to drama, being drawn to the theatrics of life.
But is that not because people in their other industries, in their other jobs, like whatever, as a teacher or whatever, because you're not necessarily allowed, or the norm is that you don't express darkness or your struggles, so that you turn to the one place where it is freely expressed, which is art. Is that why people are drawn to it?
Maybe. So then, the whole trope of artists being depressed, I think you already touched on this, kind of falls apart, because it's not that you have to be depressed to be an artist. It's just that a lot of depressed people, or a lot of artists, are sometimes depressed people, and they come off as that trope, as the struggling, the tormented artist, because they're able to express that in an industry that allows them to. Versus if you're a teacher, you can't go there just wearing all black and like dyed your hair pink. Remember that one teacher?
Oh. Let's not go there.
No.
Let's skip that altogether.
No.
Let's skip that altogether.
I'm so sorry, honey. I'm so sorry.
I don't know what happened with that.
Oh, listen, it was a movie.
I'll tell you a story after this, because wow.
Oh.
There's a lot happening there.
But yeah.
So then the theory does fall apart then in the end. But I just don't like I think for me, that's also one of my biggest, I don't want to say fears, but my biggest sort of question mark is that create as well as I think I do now in a space that is filled with just happiness and hope. Because think about it, when people let's take Chance for example. When he came out with Acid Rap in 10 days and
Acid Rap.
People were like, amazing, album. It's dark, it's drug filled, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Had the big day is a very happy situation. It's his wedding. He's super happy. It's a different sound altogether. I haven't listened to it, but I know the gist of it. Again, I'm so behind with music. It's scary.
Is it the one that cover he's holding like a clear disc or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And people hate it.
Really?
Because they were like, bruh, this sucks. Why is it like just this nigga being happy all day, every day?
Really?
Which is, see, that's the problem. So now
that's messed up.
People are like, okay, we want Acid Rap nigga back. Because people didn't even like 3.
Really? It was like a more gospel-y type of one. I think
they liked it, but it was to them. Which to me, I was like, oh, but I like it.
I think because we were all
hooked up on Acid Rap.
Yes, because that was the project straight after Acid Rap, right? Yeah.
So that, for me, it's like even Adele. If Adele came out right now with an album that wasn't... I mean, people weren't feeling 25 the way they felt 21.
True.
But I felt like 25 was an immaculate album.
It was.
Just from a writing standpoint and musical standpoint, Adele never disappoints. But because she wasn't terribly upset, and she was, at the time, she was very happy with husband, kid.
Ooh.
Which is why people are so excited every time her life falls apart.
Remember those pictures that came out of her like on the phone being like really angry? People were like, oh shit, she's gonna make a great album. She's gonna be so pissed. It's gonna be the best album. I'm like, guys, she's going through a divorce. She's devastated.
Yeah. And people know that as a writer, she's probably gonna give us fantasticness, okay? Because that's where her bag is. That's where her writing, one of her writing bags is. But I think with 25 she proved that her bag is wherever the fuck she wants it to be.
True.
But because I think people where we are, that song, I love it, but it's too happy for some people.
It's a good song though. It's an amazing song about memories. Like
even like Hello.
Yeah.
I'm like, this girl, come on. I mean, it still had that Someone Like You vibe about it. That nostalgic type looking back type situation, but it wasn't in a sad woe is me type way. It was very much,
I don't know. I think it's weird. I think people think that. I think the trope of a depressed artist making good music is a better artist. Is so entrenched in us that when we see artists doing badly or they look disgruntled, like I remember worst example, but when J. Cole lets his hair go and he looks like someone said a hobo, then they know he's gonna make a good album. I'm like, don't you want people to be healthy?
No, because Jay looked like a hobo when he made 444, but it was a great album.
No, J. Cole.
I know.
Oh.
I'm talking about Hove.
Oh, okay.
Because he grew his hair out. He always grows his hair out when he's writing, but now I think he just decided to just keep growing because usually he cuts it after he releases.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, is there a space for happy art?
Yeah. And you know what that space is?
What?
Trap. I think, because I mean, think about it. If Basket wasn't severely depressed and all that jazz, would he have been, and like tormented, would he have been who he was? Would he have created what he created? Would he have been as good as he was? I'm asking. Like, I mean, I don't know that many visual artists, so you can name names and talk about them if you wanna.
Oh, it's hard to think of someone who's happy right now.
Even Van Gogh, maybe.
Tormented.
From the jump. I mean, my man's was never happy.
He even lost an ear. Come on now.
But I mean, his things are still iconic today.
What's this thing about? Okay, I
even dance. Like, even talk about dance. Sorry, before you go. Even dance. Like, if you think about even how many people really want to watch like a really happy ballet show? I don't know what they called. A ballet show or like contemporary dance. Like they want to see something dramatic that tells a story that's about passion and loss. You know what I'm saying?
What if it's about people wanting to relate? Wanting to find something that represents how they're feeling or thinking.
Which then will make you believe that the majority of people are severely depressed. If that's the only thing that they relate to, is heartbreak and sadness and frustration.
Yeah.
Because if art is supposed to express the full range of human emotion, there should be space for happiness because that's part of the range of emotion.
Yeah.
But if that's not being received, and the only thing that's being received well and that sells well is the sad, bad, dark stuff, what are people doing to feel happy? Maybe they're not listening to music, maybe they're not buying art, they don't find it in art. Their happiness, maybe they're finding it in other things.
Yeah.
And they don't go to art for happiness then.
You mean like now visual and music?
Everything.
All types of art.
I mean, maybe you could say happiness is the like the club music.
Okay.
Maybe that would be the happiness.
For sure. There's a space for it.
I mean, I don't know how that would translate in terms of visual art. Maybe I can see dance.
Yeah.
I can see dance being like upbeat and all that jazz. Acting, comedy, probably.
But even if you look at film, whatever, like cutesy happy movie, even if it's a child's movie,
there's always some sort of
some Pixar movies do it very well.
Yeah.
They portray sadness and grief and death and oh my goodness. Thinking of the movie Soul that recently came out. It's an animated movie based on this jazz artist who dies. Wow.
Have you watched it?
I fell asleep, but I was drunk. Okay, I was watching it drunk, but
but you fell asleep. But
I fell asleep. I was drunk, but just the way that they, because it was talking about this jazz artist. I'm gonna spoil it. This jazz artist who was a jazz teacher at school, music teacher, focusing on jazz. And his dream was to be this huge jazz player in his city or in the country, whatever. And he spent all his life trying to fulfill this and ignoring the rest of his life, everything else that was going on. And he found himself being really sad and he dies. I don't know if he gets hit. No, he falls down a manhole and he dies.
Is this in real life or the
No, this is the movie. This is the movie.
Oh, okay.
And they spend the whole movie trying to find fulfillment, and eventually it's a happy ending, of course.
But he still did.
Okay, I don't know how it ends. I don't know how it ends. But I think, though, with the sadness or depression or whatever, it's always going to be a part of us. But how do we get to the place where we start enjoying? I don't know. You get what I mean.
No, I don't. That's why I'm waiting.
Not you, them.
No, but that's I mean, you and I are a victim of these things because we don't really. Do you create well when you're happy? Or is it a question of what is happiness?
What is happiness?
Okay.
I haven't felt happy in a very long time.
Me either.
So I can't define that for you.
Me either.
So,
like true happiness, not like we're not like there's no ideations or anything like that, but it's just like a very much we just go with the flow type situation.
Yeah, for now it's like a surface level happiness at most for me.
But I think that's most people because I think this is gonna sound terrible, but there's very few people in the world that get to live very full, content, like everything in them full circle. They're happy
for sure.
With. So I think for a good majority of us, a lot of us are sitting with a surface level happiness anyway. But I think it's about just digging a little deeper, because I mean, there's very few people that actually get to live fully, as in like live their passion and their actual.
True. I think.
But then again, happiness is
Mm,
is it not internally generated?
and also temporary, as much as sadness is
Yeah,
excitement and grief and whatever other emotion. What
there
if?
is toxic positivity too. So
Oh,
there's that.
hey,
So that whole thing of having to have to be happy all the time in order to prove that you're okay is also a
not
weird thing. Sometimes you're
healthy.
just okay. Like right now, I'm just okay.
Yeah, there's
Like
nothing bad or good, or it's just
I'm just.
neutral.
It's the life we live.
Oh my goodness! Wow, unlocked a memory there.
I promise you we're fine. Like don't call us.
Call me.
Okay, so I
Call
can get it just
me.
if I
Oh,
call me.
sometimes.
So sorry.
But um, I wanted to add, what if? I feel like if we were happy, we wouldn't really still be pursuing things. Not that you'd have to be sad to pursue things, but we're not fully
There would
content.
there would be no longing.
There would be no longing for
You'd
things.
be content.
Like right now, I'm longing for a lot of things. I want money. I want happiness. I want people. I want full emotion. I want to be able to create again.
Yeah. Um. Yeah.
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 I want to add something, and then I realized, ugh, you're too profound.
That's it. That's it. I want to hear it.
No, it's so creepy. And you're right, because if we, I mean, I'm just gonna repeat what you just said. I mean, if you're content, if you're happy, not even happy, content.
Yeah.
If you're content, there's, but you'd also want to express that, would you not? Because expression is
True.
not just expressing the bad; it's expressing everything.
True.
So that's why I didn't want to finish a sentence the way I just started. Sorry.
I guess for me, I've never, not never, let me not say never. In my adolescence and in my adulthood, I've never been able to, or have not yet been able to express art in happiness or in contentment.
And that's my problem because that's me. That is me.
Yeah.
And I don't want to. No, before you guys say anything in the comment section, no, it's not the reason behind my writer's block.
Yeah.
It's not that. That is you know, I just find that I can't even conceptualize well because now I'm training myself to not write about a particular topic because I feel like somehow everything I write goes back to being down, and I can get a little. Some people they have great niches, but I feel like there's only so far you can be repetitive without it sounding
Ma'am, listen.
terrible.
No, listen. Lupe rapped about Coke for how many years now?
Lupe.
Who am I talking about?
I was like, which Lupe are you talking about?
Embarrassing.
You mean Pusha?
Pusha, my bad.
But that's what the thing with Pusha is. What I like about Pusha that compared to other people that are rapping about the same thing all day, every day, is that he finds a way to say the same thing so differently each time.
True.
Like
I mean,
it's 20 years. I don't know how he still manages to rap about coke in a creative way each time. You know the subject
always.
matter is the same thing, but how he manages
to change it up.
He doesn't use the same words. Whereas like some of these rappers, they talk about the same thing, but then they also use the same words.
So it's the same song, just a different
Yes.
beat.
So you can talk about the same thing, but your vocabulary has to be wide enough that it doesn't seem like you're talking about. It doesn't immediately. You don't immediately have a deja vu moment when you're listening to their songs.
What if that's your niche?
What?
Your topic.
Yeah, but I mean, I want to be a bit wider than that. I mean, I'm.
It could be your phase.
No, but now it's not even necessarily that. Now it's just me being super really like introspective and like about everything, not just that. So that's the phase that I'm in. I think that's my niche is introspection. I can dissect myself very well, I think. I mean, I'm still obviously every human has blind spots to who they are.
Yeah.
It's not I'm not gonna sit here and act like my perception of me and me to other from other people's perspective is the same thing. It's not. There's always gonna be I don't want to say deviation. What's the word?
A separation? Maybe kind of like a conscious and subconscious type thing?
Yeah. There's certain things that you are conscious of or you train yourself to become conscious of. And then there's other things where, it's more noticeable from another person's perspective, which was usually when they say it to you, it's like, oh, that hurts. Usually. Or sometimes it'll be a good thing that you don't necessarily notice about yourself or you want to acknowledge about yourself. That's another thing, because sometimes it's just about the fact you don't want to acknowledge it. It's not really subconscious. So there's that. But I think that would be my niche. I want that. I would prefer that than it to just be one particular subject, because then it opens up the door for me to speak about that same umbrella topic of introspection in a myriad of different ways that allow me to use a wider vocabulary and in a wider sense of musicality, because all those things you can talk about the same thing, but the way that you present it to the world is completely different. You can talk about it through jazz, through neo soul, through hip hop,
trap.
You can talk about it through rap and through singing. You can talk about it abstractly through an extended metaphor. Throughout the whole thing, you can literally name a song after each type of emotion. There's so many different ways you can take it when you do it that way, which is why I'm training myself to be more that way. I don't want to say I'm just training because I feel like I'm there, but I guess it's a continuous training. But yeah, I don't know. It still stems from a darkish place. So that I don't think that will ever really go away. I still do wonder what would happen if it's like once that level of contentment and happiness is reached, which I would hope is going to happen when it happens. What was my next step? Do I just go into acting then?
Maybe you continue. Maybe you go through contentment and then different other emotions that come with being content.
Contentment doesn't really sell.
Facts. I mean,
selling shouldn't be your point, but when it's your livelihood, it should be a consideration, a very big one.
Capitalist society. Sorry, I had to.
True.
At least once in an episode. I had to prove to the folks
that you what?
I'm woke.
Oh.
I know the terms. Oh.
And my neck is hurting. But yeah, that's. Hold on, where we at? So speaking of, go.
For me, my depression, I suppose. There was a certain time when...
Sorry, it's what you guys noticed. I have avoided saying that word the whole episode.
What? Depression?
Yes. Depression. Because I've been like, I'm not trying to own it. I'm not going to own it.
Okay, I'm owning my depression.
I'm in denial, people. Fuck. I'm joking. I'm not in denial. I just don't like saying it out loud.
That's okay. I understand.
Yeah.
For my depression, before I got onto meds, I was in a very bad state, but creating a lot. And I became my depression kind of solidified even more, and how can I say this? It matured over the years. It got more complex than just the symptoms. I started noticing thoughts as well. I guess maybe the symptoms and thoughts were already there, but it kind of felt like it transformed after some time. And now it's kind of taken away everything from me. Basically.
That sounded like a villain origin story.
She's like an unrelenting divorce husband of mine that just does not want to let go of the assets.
I'm mad.
I'm trying to go to court every day to get parts of myself back.
Your lawyer's bill is higher than your house.
And I can't afford the
value
lawyer.
of your house.
I cannot afford.
You have to sell your house to afford the lawyers.
Basically.
That's a very fantastic metaphor, by the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I don't know where I'm going with this, but it sucks, man. It sucks.
Yeah, I was like, as a teenager, I was much more I wasn't in control of it. It started then. I didn't even realize what it was.
Yeah.
Actually, because I was thinking the other day, not the other day, like a few months back.
Sometime. One
Because
day.
like I've been an anxious kid my entire life and I didn't know it.
Same.
Because I was thinking like about certain like experiences or like things that would happen to me as a kid that to me I guess would not even constitute as embarrassing moments, or just moments where I was just like, oh, that's a terrible experience. And then I think about it, I'm like, oh, that's just, you were anxious.
Literally.
God, that's anxiety. And then I'm like, oh, but that explains me now. Oh, okay. Jeez.
Now I get it.
This didn't happen 5 years ago. This was like from like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's wild. I mean, I was like 20, maybe 18. I can't remember further than that.
You're not that old. Come on now.
No, but I mean, I can't like remember before like 7.
True.
So that's awkward for me. But like in general, like I used to remember, quick story, it was grade 7ish, and we were in class. It was like arts and culture, and it was the music portion of it.
Yeah.
And we had to make up an instrument.
Okay.
And then each person make up their own instrument, and then in a group create a song, a short song.
Intense. That's a lot.
But at the time, you have to understand, I'd been playing instruments from grade 1 to grade 7. So I was musically inclined. It wasn't like that hard of a situation for me.
Yeah.
But for some reason, that day, I blanked out. Like, I stood up with all of them, and I was like, oh, snap. Sorry. And I was like, oh, snap. I don't know what I'm doing here. This is crazy. This is stupid. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, my mind started racing. Yeah. And I was like, oh. And then I realized they were starting to do the thing. And then I was like, where do I go in again? What's my part? What's happening? And I'm like, can't even remember. What is this, the 1, the 2, the 3, or the 4? I can't even remember. Like, I couldn't remember the rhythm. I don't know where I went in. I started playing randomly. Like, it made no sense. I was ruining the song. And the teacher was like, what happened to you? Like,
yeah.
What was that? I was like, I don't know what to tell you.
Shame,
I don't know what to tell you.
That's traumatizing.
It is, but
that's traumatizing.
In realizing what that was, because the way that it was such a sudden rush of panic that came out of nowhere, and then left. I'm like, how the hell you just gonna do that to me, conscious?
Damn.
So I have a bunch of moments like that would happen. A bunch of stuff that would happen like that, and I didn't realize that was what was happening.
Yeah.
Also, which then, I mean, at that point, I didn't really. I mean, I thought I'd started writing, but I hadn't made a choice to be creative in the sense of pursuing it. No, I mean, I had started writing raps at that point, but I hadn't just like, oh, I'm gonna be a rapper or something like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just a regular. Maybe it's just us as creatives. It could really be, but I don't think it is. I think we what's the word? Destroyed the theory at the beginning of the show, didn't we?
True. You kind of unlocked a memory for me. When I was a kid, I had a similar situation where I don't know if it was preschool or primary, but there was a performance that we had been practicing for like a good month or so as a group and everything. I don't think I really had an important part, but it made sense for me to be in that specific position in that play.
Yeah.
And I just cried. I couldn't go on stage. And I was a very extroverted kid. As a kid, I was extremely extroverted. And I just started crying and I couldn't go on stage.
Wow.
And my parents went to the teacher and I was like, hey, what happened to my child? I was expecting my child on the stage. And I just didn't show up. on the stage. I was behind the curtains,
Yeah.
crying.
And they managed to pull through like they did the rest of the scene without you.
They continued the scene without me.
Bitches.
Oh, the show must go on though. I understand.
No.
And even what was the other thing? There was something else that happened, but now it's actually like
making sense.
Oh my god, I've been
because I was even thinking like I used to be concerts, and they like when I was young, like end of preschool, and maybe like the concert in grade 1, and maybe another one in grade 3.
Yeah.
I realized I wasn't like the lead in all of them, but like I remember one in preschool. I don't really remember it that well, but I remember having to say something, but I didn't realize that I was like starting the concert.
Oh.
And there's another one. I think the same thing happened in grade 3 as well. I was starting the second part of the concert. It was and the nerves.
Oh no!
You're speaking to a mic and I'm shaking. Even like when I don't consider myself a shy person.
Yeah.
But when I have to, all of a sudden, I've noticed this recently. This like a in the last year and a bit. When I have to speak in front of a group of people, my voice just starts to shake. Even when I'm not nervous consciously, subconsciously, I'm shaking. Because I'm not shaking, I'm fine. I'm like, let's just speak. Well, hear my voice in the mic and I'm shaking. It's like, girl, are you crying? What's happening?
No, man.
I noticed. I don't even realize when was it that was. I'm trying to think of what I was doing something that required me to speak, and I didn't realize that that's what was happening.
Yeah.
I my voice gets shaky, and then I forget to breathe. So when I forget to breathe, it's so subconscious. But then I'll get to the end of the sentence or the paragraph, and I just do a huge exhale. And it just sounds like, you know, that out of breath sound that you make when you're like riding up the stairs.
Yeah. Very specific, but I get it's.
That's very like so.
Yeah.
Like that sound, and I'm like, girl, why am I out of breath? I'm just speaking. What is
something
going on?
you do every day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
It's a very weird thing, which I don't know, leads me to my next thing. Like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have one of those people. The thought of performing scares the crap out of me. I don't look forward to that. I don't even want to do that ever.
Damn.
Because I know I will forget my note. I know
How do you know?
I know I'll forget the note. I know I'll be off key. I know something will go wrong. And this is the anxiety talking. But it's like, the last thing I want to do is perform in front of other people.
Yeah.
The last thing, because I know it's not going to go well. It's going to be shit.
I get that.
It's just not cute.
It's
so much. I would rather, kind of like the way you have exhibitions, releasing the product is the exhibition. I would rather have exhibitions. I would have exhibitions all day, every day. Because I don't have to see your face when you listen to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't have to know, I don't have to overanalyze your body language, your micro expressions. I don't have to, like, all I have to do is just release the art and then live in my own world of what I think it is. Which, again, I mean, you could psychologize me and talk about other stuff that's wrong with me, but I guess we can dive into that another day. Because it could lead to a whole bunch of other problems that are with me. So, that's another thing. That's one part I really want to shake. Because it's not a nice way to live. Because even when I'm driving, I'm super anxious. I'm a great driver. Like,
you're really good at driving.
I can drive very well, pass my driver's test first time, great, everything, fantastic. But the anxiety makes me the worst driver ever.
Yeah.
Because I hate being on freeways. I hate being on overpasses. I hate having to come down and go up, and I hate everything stalling, inclines, all that stuff. Technically, I can do it,
but it's just the
which causes me to mess up.
Yeah,
especially if someone is sitting with me in the car. Because I know if my mom's driving, she's very loud and extroverted, and so you'll hear her her disdain for your techniques.
Oh, that's so great.
And so you just like, I would rather you just drive.
Yeah.
And when I'm alone, if I buy my own car, I'll crash it. It's my fault.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear you talking
Tell
about
me.
it. No.
Yeah.
It does stop you from doing a lot. So if there's one thing that I do want to lose so that I can live a little better is that.
Yeah.
Because it makes life a lot shitty. So what other memories did I unlock for you?
Oh wow. Listen, in high school, I was anxious as hell.
Oh yes.
Did you notice?
Oh no, so me too. Sorry.
Oh, you too. Okay.
But that's why we became friends, because we're both miserable.
Well, and we spent a lot of time in the library as well.
Because we're both miserable.
Exactly. So from grade 9 for me, that's when it started getting bad. Grade 9 throughout high school. Grade 8, I was like, okay, I'm still learning, getting used to people. But for some reason, grade 9, it just went downhill, and I struggled making friends.
Puberty.
Because I was like, okay, I want to make friends, but I'm scared of what people are gonna think of my personality. I haven't told them too much, but I don't want to be too little, and it'd be all this.
What about you? Too much?
I don't know, child. That was part of the anxiety.
No,
that was part of the anxiety that came with it.
True.
And I struggled making friends. Like you're literally the only friend I had.
Same.
In the entire high school.
Same.
Oh, besides, we kind of fell off. We don't talk anymore.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, but that's the same. Same. I mean, I got along with the other blacks. Don't get me wrong. We could sit together like as a group.
I couldn't talk to anyone.
But I wouldn't like hang with them on my own. Like if it was like a one-on-one with someone else, I feel like it would just be like.
Yeah.
But we have nothing in common. We're just both black.
Oh, true. Because there's so few of us.
But they were cool people. Shout out to all of you if you're listening to this.
They're really great people. And I was just too anxious to talk to anyone.
Yeah, I think also I ran out of bundles.
What do you mean by bundles?
I ran out of socializing bundles.
Yeah.
If anyone who knows me from high school knows that I just never left. I never went anywhere. So, socializing wasn't really my strong point.
Yeah.
Outside of school, and then in school, we would basically be in the library or like sitting on a bench somewhere. Yeah. Talking about, Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, wow, what a phase. Damn.
Damn.
Oh. Yeah.
We're talking about, when we discovered cartoons and cereal at Section 80.
We were
first onto Kendrick, and let me tell you something. Before Good Kid, Mad City came out, we were on Section 80. We were on OD.
We went back into.
How did we find it? Was it swimming pools?
I think it was the swimming pools.
And then we went back.
And we went back to Overly Dedicated and the rest.
And then the album came out and no one was feeling it. And we're like, so y'all are just not going to listen to Good Kid, Mad City.
And then we both like, did you listen? Guys. And then we really enjoyed it. And then, yeah.
And then like in 2013, that's when the people were like, it's having sunny, yeah, bitch.
Oh my.
Like, oh, only now? Really? Only now? We been told you guys about Kendrick Lamar.
But yeah, that's how basically our friendship started.
We both love rap and music. By the way, we were going to do like a review. We were going to do that review.
T's and C's?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
T's and C's apply.
Oh my goodness.
We were going to do like a review, shine these on albums and
wow.
Like specifically rap, because that's what phase we were in.
Yeah.
I'm still into rap now. Let me get it.
Yeah.
I don't listen to it as much as I used to, even though I do it, but like good rap.
Yeah.
I'm into it. So, yeah. If time will tell if we still do it.
True. But,
it's kind of hard to be a critic and a performer at the same time.
Actually, it is.
There's those who do and those who critique, and I'm not one of those who critique.
But we can be... It's difficult to be both, because I think also because people tend to think if you're an artist and you create, that's all you should do. Don't do anything else.
And also, but if you critique and you try to make the music, people are more judgy because you judge other people. Yeah. So it's a lose-lose situation because everybody's going to be judged hella hard no matter which way they start from.
So fuck them. Just forget it. Just like
I don't know.
There's.
I think I would prefer. I would prefer doing it though than critiquing. But I mean, if things go well with this at the end of the year, we can revisit this thought.
Yeah, I personally.
And we don't have to do just rap. Sorry, we can do any genre.
I personally enjoy critiquing film.
You know, I don't watch enough movies to do that. You can do it with, Miss Producer. Y'all can do it together.
Actually, so this is a preposition. Not a preposition.
Miss Producer, you can hear this.
This is a proposal.
Yeah.
Like
y'all can do your own.
Where I live. You don't know where I live now, but
yeah. Y'all can do your own thing, and then like there's no. I mean, the more the merrier for the people. If there's more different types of podcasts. You and I do it at the music side. You and her do the movies and the stuff side.
I have a question. So now that you're out of high school, how do you make
physically,
friends?
not mentally?
Okay,
I'm joking. I'm well past it. Please respect me.
Oh, how do you make friends?
I don't.
Never mind then. Because
there's a reason why you and I are still friends.
Well, actually, same. Because I'm okay. This is now my second month here. I am struggling.
No, but also you're working. You're not at school.
Yeah.
Because that's how I made my friends from school, from university. Because
Yeah.
we were all studying the same degree. Well,
and you'd always be in each other's faces.
For the most part, it was like the same. Like the degree was like the courses were the same up until a certain point.
Yeah.
But I mean, we all did the same things, especially undergrad, not postgrad. So that's how we met, and we all stayed in the same res. So that's it. It's a cheat code.
That's basically how we became friends.
Who?
Me and you.
Oh.
Because we were at school every single day. So
yeah, but we weren't in the same classes.
That's true. We've never had
a class together in high school.
Intense.
Literally never.
Yeah, we have never had.
Maybe not even. No, didn't we have English together?
Nope.
In like grade 11 matric. No, exactly.
Nope.
We had nothing together. So it's as I think probably. I mean, it depends what type of friends you want. You want the arty friends, you might have to do more arty things.
No, I just want friends. That's it.
I don't know what to tell you, dog.
If you want to be my friend, send me your booty hole, and I'll reply.
I just want to categorically state
that
she has never seen mine. I just want to say.
No, I haven't actually.
She has never seen mine. I don't plan on showing you. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I wouldn't ask you to do that, but this is now other people.
Okay, because I just think I have enough skin in the game to not have to show you.
I'm kidding. At least show me.
Show me
your thumbs. Just send a thumb.
This is giving weird energy, man.
There's no weird energy here. It's just a thumb.
Okay.
Why are you overthinking this?
We're so far removed from the topic. It's scary. Such a moment in a different hemisphere.
Ow. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, we've been chopping it up for a good 50 minutes at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you're not an artist and you're still going through it, look to the art because it's gonna help you. But
look at my art; it's fantastic. What do you mean?
But if you're an artist and you create from a happy space, let us know.
Buy from me. Okay, I'm done.
If you're an artist and you create from a happy space, let us know. Send us a link to your things in the comment section.
How do you create from happiness?
And let us know what your trick is, because
how are you happy? Let's start there.
How are you content too? Because those aren't the same thing, people. It's not the same thing.
It's not.
I don't know. Why are we trying to sound wise? This is ill. Anyways, subscribe.
Ew, bye.
Subscribe, like it, share it.
Go lick a brick.
Don't. I just think germs. I enjoy this. Next time, I'm actually not going to say anything next time. Next time, I'm just going to...
No, you will say something. You always do.
Okay.
I know you.